You've booked your cruise, you've waited patiently with excitement for months, and now it's finally here, boarding day. So what are the important things to do on embarkation day? Well, in this video, we'll go through 5 key steps to start off your cruise just right. Ready to go, and if you're new to this channel, my mission here is to provide you with information and planning hacks so that you can plan your travels and create lasting memories. So today we'll go through 5 important to-dos on your cruise boarding day. Now, of course, procedures can vary from one cruise line to the other, but in general, the items I'll talk about today will apply to most of the major cruise lines such as Royal Caribbean, Celebrity, Carnival, Holland America, Virgin, and so on. And stay tuned, as you'll also be able to see a tour of the cabin we had on our most recent cruise. Now, if you're finding this topic interesting, please give the video a big like. And if you've been on a cruise recently, please write up your own embarkation day recommendations in the comments below. I look forward to reading them. Step 1, online check-in and luggage check-in. Now, I recommend doing your check-in as soon as it becomes available online or on the app so that you can select your preferred boarding time. Now, we like to get on the ship ASAP on the first day so that we can enjoy a lunch, we have time to settle in and explore the ship while everyone is not yet on board. Now, once you've done your online check-in, you should also be able to print out your baggage tags. They look like this. This will make the boarding process at the port quick and easy. Now, when you get to the port, they will ask you to check in your luggage. Now, if you didn't get a chance to print out your luggage tags, or if for whatever reason you were not able to, not to worry, they will do it manually for you. But of course, this will take a little bit more time. Now, it's important to know that it can take several hours for them to distribute luggage for thousands of people across the ship, so it can sometimes take up to early evening, maybe 6 or 7 p.m. So for this reason, I recommend packing a small carry-on or a light backpack with just the items you'll need for that very first afternoon. So you might want to bring with you some swimwear if you'd like to enjoy the pools, hot tubs, or water slides. You definitely want to have all your important documentation with you, any medications that you may need, maybe a light hoodie or cardigan if the weather's chilly out there, and maybe a light change of clothes. Hi everyone, so we are about to board the Symphony of the Seas. We got a really early boarding time at 11:30 a.m., which is great, so that we can have lunch as soon as we get on the ship. Step 2, muster drill and muster station. So what is a muster drill? Well, essentially, it's a safety briefing to prepare passengers for an evacuation in case of emergency. Now, since the unfortunate Costa Concordia disaster that happened in 2012, all cruise ships are required to have a muster drill done with all their passengers before leaving port. Now, important to know, this is a no-nonsense requirement. The ship will not leave port until all passengers have completed their muster drill and checked into their muster station. Most large cruise lines, such as Royal Caribbean, now have electronic muster drills, so you can watch the safety video either on the app or on the screen in your cabin when you get there. Now, what I recommend is to watch the safety videos before boarding the ship. You can do it the morning of, and then just go to your muster station and they will just quickly scan your CPAS card and you're good to go on the cruise. So the location of your muster station where you need to go check in will be indicated in 3 places. It will be indicated on your app, it will be on your cruise card, and it will also be on the back of your cabin door. Now, in case of an evacuation order, this is where you would go. You would go to your muster station. Now, if we talk about life vests, in case of an evacuation, on most major cruise lines, the life vests would be distributed at the muster station. However, on some cruise lines, they are still located in your cabin, and that will be indicated when you watch the safety video. Now, if your life vests are located in your cruise cabin, in that case, you need to bring those with you when you go check in at the muster station. Now, they'll give you all this information during the brief safety video. Step 3, to connect or disconnect. When you get on the ship, put your phone on airplane mode to avoid any roaming charges. Now, with all the excitement of getting on the cruise ship, we may forget to do this, so I actually schedule a reminder in my phone to place my phone on airplane mode. This is because even if you don't take calls, once you're out into the open ocean or in a different country, you will incur roaming charges for any text messages that come in or any data or emails. At this point, once you put your phone on airplane mode, you can turn on your Wi-Fi and connect to the Wi-Fi package if you've chosen to purchase one. Most large cruise lines now are connected with Starlink, so the Wi-Fi connections are actually pretty good. Now, on cruise ships that have an app for managing onboard experiences, the app will still work even if you didn't purchase a Wi-Fi package, so you'll still be able to book restaurants, activities, and consult the daily schedule. Now, another very important function to set on your phone is to set the time zone to manual. You don't want the time zones changing every time you get to a different country. This is very important because it's important to remain on ship time. Now, just to avoid any confusion, the app always runs on ship time, and it's important that your phone also be on ship time because you don't want to risk being one of those pier runners and miss the boat. Now, on most major cruise lines, another cool new recent feature is that the apps include a free chat feature, so you don't need to worry about being able to communicate with other people in your party once you're on board. Step number 4, go to your cabin. Now, on most large cruise lines, cabins are usually ready around 1:30 p.m., so I recommend going to your cabin as soon as it's ready so that you can drop off your carry-on luggage. Just make sure that everything is in order and clean. And you also want to check if any special orders that you made in advance are actually there, such as if you ordered water or soda. And check that any special needs items that you've requested are there as well. For instance, some people require distilled water for their CPAP machines. Now, one thing we like to do is that we like to introduce ourselves to our cabin attendant upon arrival. This is the person that will be cleaning your cabin every single day, and if there's anything missing or anything that you need, this is the person you would go to. Now, these are some of the hardest working people on board. They work 7 days a week for months at a time, and we really appreciate their service, and they're usually available from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Now, your cabin attendant may also ask you what time of day you prefer to have your cabin serviced. For instance, some people are early risers and they'd like their cabin to be cleaned up as soon as they're out early in the morning, while other people prefer an afternoon service. In general, they'll do their best to accommodate your preference. Now, speaking of cabins, here's a look at the cabin we had most recently on our Symphony of the Seas cruise. So here we are. We're going to check out our stateroom and give you a little tour around. Okay, so here we go. Now, this is a boardwalk balcony stateroom and a little vanity desk, which is a pretty big space. You've got, we'll see the washroom at the end. You've got a nice big closet here with hangers. This is very spacious, very spacious. I think it's about 220 square feet. You've got some drawers here. We ordered the water package, so we actually have 12 1-liter bottles of water. If we look at the electrical outlets, we've got some USB here. We've got some North American outlets and a European outlet. So one good idea is to bring yourself a converter so that you can plug into the European outlet as well and have that extra option. And here we have another closet with storage and a safe. So that is very convenient. You've also got 2 drawers here at the bottom. Now, with the beds, what's great on this ship, which we didn't necessarily have on the other Royal Caribbean ships, is you've got a little nightstand on each side, which is great. On this side, you also have an outlet. And the bed is it's basically two beds pushed together. So what you want to do if you're afraid that won't be comfortable for you is to ask for a mattress topper. You can do that in advance. And here we have our television. Okay, so there is a power outlet only on one side of the bed, so that's important to keep in mind. Okay, and right by the entrance door, we have the bathroom and the temperature controls. So very simple, cooler or warmer. We've also got some hooks. And this is the bathroom. So you've got a glass enclosed shower, which is much better than a curtain. You do have a hair and body wash that comes included on Royal Caribbean. I prefer to use my own, but there is one in case you choose to use that one. And then you've got the toilet and the vanity. And there's actually quite a bit of counter space and shelves. So it's very convenient. And this bathroom is pretty much standard on all cabins other than suites that have a bigger one. So I find that it's very roomy and very comfortable, and you've got some extra towels here as well. So on the Oasis class ships as well as the Icon class, you have balconies facing the ocean, or you have balconies facing the interior of the ship. So on Symphony of the Seas, you have balconies facing Central Park, and last year on Wonder of the Seas, we had one of those. So you can go back into the shorts and the videos to check out that balcony that we had last year. And here on Symphony, we are overlooking the boardwalk, which is pretty cool for people watching. It's a very nice size, and you've got two chairs and a table, and you are overlooking the boardwalk with the carousel. Obviously this is more noisy than the Central Park balcony, but I love people watching, so this is my beat. You've got Playmakers, which is the sports bar on board, very fun. You've got Johnny Rockets here right underneath us. You've got the arrival of the slide, the Abyss. If there's the aqua show going on at night, you might be able to see some of it from here, and you've also got a view of the wake at the back of the ship. So obviously with the boardwalk balcony, it's less privacy than an ocean view balcony, but I find that for the difference in price on this cruise, getting an ocean view balcony would have been about $500 more per person. That's in Canadian dollars. So I found that this is a great alternative because you still get the benefit of having the balcony. You're just not on the ocean, but you know what? We can go up to the pool decks to see the ocean. So this was a great spot for us to choose. So I hope you enjoyed the tour, and if you have any questions, write them down in the comments below. Number 5, best part, explore the ship. Now the fun starts, and if it's your first time on that particular ship, I recommend walking around to the various decks to familiarize yourself with where the elevators are, the stairwells, where's the buffet, the main dining room, the various outdoor areas, and really just to get a sense of how everything on the ship is spaced out. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you learned something new, please share it to your socials so that your family and friends can learn from it as well. Now, to make sure you never miss out on new videos, it is time now to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications bell so that you're advised every time I have a new video out for you. Now, if you want to learn a few hacks in planning your cruise, you may want to check out my video top 10 tips in booking a cruise by clicking right here, or perhaps you want to check out the full cruise video playlist by clicking right here. This way, you make sure you're always ready to go.